Oh, hello. I almost didn't see you coming in. Pardon me while I take a moment to work on this cube. Excellent. Dee da dee da dee la dee da da. Dee ho green and orange. Yes. Orange or blue, yes. And that goes here. Almost done. How about a bit of music while we wait? Quite lovely. It's quite a lovely tune. And perhaps as one makes their way through this ode that we call the cosmos, amidst our lives here, we can ponder our meaning of our existence. And in that pondering, does not a God emerge? Or does it not emerge? And perhaps this is a question that might be better asked of
on my head.
My dear friend. Hello.
Is it probably going to get a rash? So, hey, well, and welcome in. So, hey,
yes, welcome in, my dear friend.
Hey,
I was just pondering our existence through the cosmos here, wondering if we might have some meaningful existence to dip our hands into and get dirty with.
Life is nothing but if not meaning. I rationalize this in the sense of where I say, they will project unto us this deep, insipid sort of nihilism, saying, well, without this thing I've made up, there can't be any meaning. Well, I say this, if life has no meaning, if we're oversized germs, then everything is only to be gained. And so there we find countless gains rather than losses. Do you follow that, or was it this like word?
Concur wildly. As a matter of fact, I find your ramblings to be both incoherent and delightful in a magical way that I don't need to listen to them. I simply agree, and I think that there's a simplicity to that undermines the meaning of your ramblings. Now, I think we might have a guest here. They have left. That's all right. Well, greetings and everyone. Thank you for coming in with the raid from Joel's live, which was I found it to be quite titillating, quite intelligent of a live.
Yes, I mean mentally, what we were trying to do, and now that this live, I think I can speak plainly. What we were trying to do is we were trying to finally put an intelligent face on unbelief, because usually what has happened, what has happened before is that you get anger Unbelief usually is met is anger, and then it's met with the silly, stupid nonsense, haha jokes of the theist. But now I said I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to bring is sheer intellectual prowess.
I love the way you purred prowess. It's very cat-like.
It may be something that you weren't there for, but let me just say this: it worked. Oh, Kaloo, it worked, meat sauce. We were able to change everyone's life and everyone's mind, because that's what it was. It was a game of the mind. It was a game of the mind, Mezzo. Did you notice? Indeed. It was the game of the mind? Indeed,
and I must have missed that moment where you took apart religion entirely, but I'll play it back on the what the children call the tubes, and get a look at it, which I believe we are now live on here, and having a bit of a smart night. So if you're in our Discord, be sure to pass on this intelligence to your fellow dumb fucks, as we call them, dumplings, freaks, etc. The hot dogs of the Discord. Do command smart followed by the name of your choice, and you'll have yourself a bit of
evening.
A bit of a thoughtful evening. Yes, let's call it so.
Thoughtful evening. Can I say that?
Yeah. And in fact, it is Wednesday, so it's only fair that we play the tune as such. I don't have as much as you to it, I'm afraid, but there's a little more.
Oh, I love this. I'm becoming fully erect. Humpty Dumpty, diddly doody day. It's a hump day. It's a Dumpty. We're gonna Dumpty. It's a hump day, Dumpty, diddly doody Dumpty.
Our first guest here tonight, of course, is Bright. Bright, welcome in. This is Bad Bible Debates featuring myself, Mezzo, and Joel reads Bible, my dear friend in the corner here. We're talking tonight about omniscience and the smarts, as maybe some might call it. Does God have them, or does he not? Does he not really? There could be a typo in the title. Does or is he not really? What do you think on it? What do you think on the topic?
Meat Sauce, can you duck your head out to the side in a sec? I just want to see all this art. Oh, we've got in stains, and then a brain, and Jesus being smart with glasses and books. I love that. That's very much. I relate to.
Notice Einstein couldn't finish the cube.
Of course not. Of course not.
Nor could Jesus finish the brain. Think about that for a while. Think about what that means.
I swear I've seen that Jesus guy, that hipster Jesus guy, at least twice.
Well, you've been in other smart lives then. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you've been in smarter lives.
Twice today.
Today.
Is this the second time?
I'm filled with the hipsters. I live with hipsters.
But look closely at the first Jesus that you saw. Now look back at this one. One of them is an illusion. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's the hipster. He's trying to be hip, but we all know what he is.
Not
the
hip.
Stir.
Bright, what do you think? Is God all smarts, or does he not have it, really?
Yeah, I'd say he's pretty smart, right? Kind of depends what kind of smart you're talking about.
The kind of smart that would have the brains to solve world hunger without interfering or meddling in a way that challenges our free will. The kind of smart that could cure all the diseases, that riddle us without interfering in his grand plan. Do you think he has that kind of smarts?
Why don't you just get a real pipe or a prototype? Why are you...
This is just a fidget spinner.
What? What are you talking about?
But what do you think?
Yeah, so I think, you could solve world hunger. There's actually ways to solve world hunger.
And does he know them?
Yeah, I mean...
And yet, here we are.
You could solve world hunger right now.
Hungry,
are you asking God to solve
starving people among us, looking for a burger to eat, a hot dog to quench
I don't think
thirst.
kids in Africa want a burger to eat.
Oh, I was talking about myself.
Oh.
Do you think that the only hungry people are in Africa?
The majority of them, yes.
Starving people. You might be right. Let's see.
Now, on this live, Bright, don't be worried, but we are going to look at data. We're going to look at the facts because this is scholarship. Finally, minds, brilliant minds finding out truth. Aren't you excited for about knowledge?
Yes, let's dive into that. I appreciate that, Joel. Now,
I know
Bright,
you're
it says
Canadian,
here that he's of Danish descent. Now, it says here, I'm sorry, Dutch?
Yes, I'm of Dutch descent, but it doesn't matter. We are all...
No, he's a Nederlander. Now, it says here that while the sub-Saharan Africa is a region that has the highest percentage of unnourished people, that South Asia actually has the highest number of unnourished people globally. And also countries like Afghanistan, India, and Pakistan experiencing high levels of hunger. So why not fix those? If God knows how to solve world hunger, why are there so many hungry people over there? Is he immoral or is he a dum-dum? What's the answer?
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of factors that goes into that, like farming, the economy.
Also be an immoral dum-dum, could he not?
Oh, indeed. I have presented and been caught among a false dichotomy.
False dichotomy, but I noticed it because, of course, I am learned. Quite on point. Yes. My esteemed colleague here brings up a good point, Bright. The God that you worship could be dumb, evil, or both. What's your take?
There's actually a third take that he doesn't exist.
Ah, that would be a fourth take. Do you want to go with that one?
Wait, you said three? No. But
I think you might be onto something.
To be okay, serious answer. If you want to know,
I'm going to quickly run the probabilities on my Bayesian analysis computer.
Should I get my calculator?
I can do the Bayesian. And I also have an abacus here. But go ahead.
You have a Bayesian abacus, yes.
I have a Bayesian abacus.
That's a large abacus.
Have you guys ever watched Star Trek?
It's massive.
Yes, of course.
Have you guys ever watched Star Trek?
Star Trek, the Next Generation, the First Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine,
I prefer the original.
Enterprise, Strange New Worlds. They're all delightful.
Strange New World is terrible, and we don't talk about Picard in this house.
Well, we're in my house. Have you noticed that?
Like I was gonna make a joke about the computer or something.
Surely the Gorn would have beaten you to the joke anyways. But what's the point of what you're talking about? Are you not believing in God anymore? Can we move on from this silly idea and this conversation?
No, we were talking about hunger. What was we talking about? Hunger, world hunger, right?
Yes.
Right. Why couldn't God fix it?
Why not?
Because of free will and because people have ulterior motives.
Ah, then he's a dum-dum. Yes, you said that he is unable to think of a way clever enough to feed people without disrupting the free will. I'm sure there are many ways, but he's unable to figure it out. We went with dum-dum, Joel. I'm not sure what your Bayesian analysis is pulling out right here, but the bright analysis, God can't figure it out.
No, you can figure it out. There's farming. I mean, it's pretty easy
You
to
mean that
fix
God
world
could
hunger
figure
by.
out how to feed everyone without interrupting free will?
He could. He could
Then that's a
feed
good question. Why
everyone,
wouldn't he
but
do
then there
that? That's a
wouldn't
good
be no.
question. I'll also just really quickly remind everybody to follow the Bad Bible Debates account for a backup in the surely inevitable case that we catch a restriction due to my fidget spinner. Bright, have you got anything else for us today?
Yeah, no. You asked me a question. I was going to answer. He could fix world hunger, but then that wouldn't necessarily. That would like intervene with the human will because it's humans' responsibility to take care of the earth.
Does he not intervene?
But here's the thing: God does provide for
Right.
everyone.
The question
Right? It
is,
rains everywhere.
oh, okay. So he does intervene.
Yeah, of course.
It breaks our free will every time it rains.
But whenever it rains pennies from heaven, for sure. Now, of course,
I feel like that could be deadly. I just would think bread, maybe a sausage or some mashed potatoes would probably be fine.
or manna. Remember that part of the book in the stories, the myth? They had manna come down from heaven. It's basically a version of corn flakes.
I had
nobody
3
knows
of
what it
those
was.
once. I called
was,
it, and it was in France. So I had mana, je trois, I believe, was how many I had. Trois is the
3
number
pieces
there.
of manna.
3 pieces of bread there, and ate them in an orgy of Frenchmen. Now, Bright, what do you say? Could God not figure out a better way to feed people that doesn't intervene? Or could he not just intervene the way he already is and just feed more people? What do you think?
This will help. The abacus says he can.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
The abacus here says he can. He could do it.
I believe Bright is a
Abacus?
bit of a
What is
Luddite.
that?
He might not be familiar with the abacus. He's probably just
the
got
way
a Palm Pilot or something futuristic. Come here, my sweet kitty.
It's the way you do Bayesian analysis, analog.
It's best to do it analog
Yeah.
so you don't have any errors. Shannon's saying the protractor says he can't. Well, we're getting conflicting mathematical ideas here. What do you say, Bright? Could God feed us without interrupting our free will?
Yes, and he will, actually. He will.
Could he do it yesterday?
Of course.
Okay, so yesterday he could have fed everyone on Earth without interfering with free will, and yet he didn't. I call that man a fuckwad.
The thing is, you have to understand that the world is broken, and there's people who have ulterior motives, And
It
this is
sounds
the
like
whole
he has
politics
no
going on.
interest in putting the world back together. Now, even when Humpty Dumpty fell,
he
the
does have
king sent
interest.
all the king's horses and all the king's men to put together the Eggman. Well, God isn't so, what should I say, he's ambivalent.
He's not as fond of omelets. Or more fond, perhaps, in this case.
delicious.
Yes. When Humpty cracked his head, do you think they called him a crackhead?
Humpty?
I
You mean
get that
Humpty
all the
Dumpty?
time. Yeah, here's my kitty. Look, TikTok. It's a sweet, innocent kitty cat.
A lot of people in the chat are saying that Hump Day Dump Day wasn't an egg. Obviously, they haven't seen the pictorial evidence. Please look at the data before you say such silly, foolish things. He was certainly a giant egg who sat on a wall.
What else would he be?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've racked my brains. I've gone to the abacus. It must have been an egg.
I assume he was an ostrich egg of some kind.
Yes, something massive, a giant egg, almost the size of a fully grown man.
A dinosaur, perhaps. Sloths, I believe, lay eggs. The platypus.
It may have been
What's the biggest egg?
It may have been a Nephilim egg, if the Bible is to be believed. Yes, it is laughable. It is indeed laughable.
Those Nephilim.
Oh, we're talking about the Nephilims now, right?
No, we're talking about how God could feed everyone, but chooses not to. Now, this is an act of a man that is not good. At least not entirely. Maybe he feeds some of us, but not all of us, which means he is not all good.
Well,
So the story that you proposed of an
all
all-good, all-powerful God does not exist. I would rest my case. Right, please clap at the end of an argument. Right.
God feeds the animals.
Bright, please clap at the end of an argument out of respect. We'll do the same for yours as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just hipping my chest. I can't clap.
Show off. He has a chest, I see. Mine is sunken.
Nice. This pounding of the chest. This King Kong move, I appreciate it very much, actually. Indeed, I care for it. Now, Bright, we do have other guests in the box who perhaps their intellect is more present than what we're experiencing
I answered
here.
your question. I told you what I answered your question.
Yes, God is evil, and so that's why I said he doesn't exist. And we did the clapping. I think that's it. I think we're done.
No, I did. Wait, ask me another question. Give me another chance.
Why doesn't God exist?
Because the universe proves that there's a
It's a
creator.
good question, huh? Wait, why does the universe prove there's a creator?
Because it's complex.
Interesting. Would you say that things that are complex must have a creator?
Not necessarily, but it shows a sign of a creator. Kind of like Einstein. You can see the Einstein behind you? He actually believed that.
Yeah, so was he a Christian?
Unfortunately not.
No, so
He was
he's
a heretic.
cooking in hell alongside all the other
I don't like to use the
smart
word
people
cooking,
of the past.
but you know.
Blazing, burning, having his eternal skin-ripping torture, having his nails peeled back, set ablaze.
Who says it was torture?
Balls scratched to bits by the Cerberus, etc. But I think that you said it most clearly that if complexity doesn't necessarily imply a designer, then we shouldn't let it imply a designer in a case where we don't know if there is one. And that's the universe and God's case that I'm obviously referring to. If we don't,
Wait, aren't you an atheist?
Yeah.
Are you agnostic or atheist?
I'm an atheist. I'm quite staunch, actually.
Okay.
Did you not
So you just
understand
gave
what
me
I
an
was
atheist
saying? Where
proposal right there.
I was saying that we don't need to imply that there is a designer just because something is complex. That's what you said. And then you said the universe is complex, so we have no implications.
I say that the universe is complex because there's no life outside in our solar system.
That makes it complex. If there was life everywhere, it would be more complex, wouldn't it? If every planet was bounding with life and with intellectual beings, like my good friend here and myself, perhaps, but looking different, coming up with different equations, but all coming up with the same God, then that surely would be spectacular evidence for this deity that you're purporting. But I think without that being the case, it seems like the universe is cold, dark, mostly empty, and entirely deadly. Almost anywhere you go, you will die. And that's the way God made it? I don't think so. Seems to be the case that nature made it that way, and we're just doing our best to struggle through.
So you worship nature?
What does worship mean? Maybe I do. What do you mean by worship?
Yeah, you praise nature for the things that it has, but not the things that created it. The greater mind.
Sure. Nature, well done. Maybe next time, more Earths, closer by, and easier to get to.
I feel like the word praise and worship are misnomers in this case, and it's more of a acknowledgement of nature. It's a pointing out or a observation of that which is happening.
Am I missing out on a joke? Why are you guys speaking like this?
We're smart. We're just really smart.
Yeah, we're smart guys. Like we went to college at. He has a hat from Oxford.
Yeah, I have a hat from Oxford. A hat from Oxford.
You know, my British accent is quite well, I should so say myself.
Indubitably. I like that, good fellow. I like that. You should have been speaking smartly the whole time.
Yeah, why wait to the very end of the call to sound like you have a brain?
You know, when I think of the British, I don't really think that they're really smart.
He's getting a bit cockney with it.
Smart man. I think of a German man.
Now, by the way, my accent is not British. This is obviously a pseudo-Sagan accent, and to miss that would be as dumb as your God and unable to figure out how to preserve free will while feeding the endless. Now, let's see it here. I'm just going to read something to you. Naturalism. Are you familiar with naturalism? This is not the worship of nature, but the stance that everything originates from natural causes and has natural properties. Right? This is where I stand now. This is slightly different from naturism, of course, which is just when people like being nude. Now, you can do both. They're not contradictory. In fact, they go quite well together, in my experience. But when I look out at the universe and even the trees just swaying, and I see trees, and what do? They make other trees. Nature makes nature. And trees are quite complex.
Right, they reproduce.
But I also see volcanoes naturally making rocks. I see stars naturally making oxygen. We see all kinds of complex variables arising from natural sequences, natural processes. So I feel like just by looking at the trees and everything else that we can observe around us coming about via natural processes, we are justified in believing that whatever process expanded the universe out here, and whether it be a big bang or what else, did not happen with magic or miracles. No, those aren't needed. All these things seem to come about naturally as nature seems to make itself. Nature begets nature.
I'm sorry, mate. You really think that the universe is just one big accident?
No, that isn't what I said. I
bet you're gonna think that you're one big accident, aren't you?
I used the word naturalism, processes. These are like not random accidents. This is a process, of course. Now, if you want to call it an accident or a random accident, sure, go ahead. Do you really think God just accidentally made the universe?
Probably.
Well, then, yeah, I think mine was an accident too. But mine doesn't have a magical god in it, so just Occam's razor. You're familiar with Occam, of course. Jean-Pierre Occam, I think, was his full name. Jean-Luc Occam, maybe. States that the simpler solution's more likely. So we have the same explanation, except yours includes an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good God.
I can't know what God was going to do. I can't tell you why the universe exists.
Great.
So, like, can I say it was
then why'd you bring it up?
Can I say it was?
Why'd you bring it up? You know,
because it doesn't really matter.
Right.
It doesn't point to the bigger picture.
Occam sock'em
Thinking about
robots.
what God exists, well, like it's not important to the salvation message.
Great. All right. Well, it's been wonderful, and we shall carry on.
Why does the live seem to be paused right now? I wonder.
Is it?
If it's
am I here? Can you hear me?
Oh, here you are. You're back. Okay, that worked.
I did when I tried to drop him. I swiped halfway out.
Oh,
took a second to come around. It was only a millisecond for me, but look, we've come back and my beard's gone. Everything's falling apart. Joel, I need your help. How are you, by the way?
I think it's going to be just fine. I'm having a hard time thinking of all the brilliant words I know.
Let's list some of the best words that there are.
Vermicelitude.
Vermicelitude?
Affable.
Vermicelli noodles.
Yes. Naughty. That's not a big word, but it's a good word.
Naughty?
Naughty, yeah, just like being naughty.
Like you're nodding a lot. You're being very naughty. Like that's
it's similar.
Sean, welcome in. What's your age and religion?
Oh, welcome, Christian 59.
Excellent. Vermicelitude to you. And it is Hump Day Dump Day. We're talking about why we should dump the idea of this God. And we're also talking about if he has any smarts, or is he not? Really?
Okay.
Shoot from the hip, Sean. Give us your hot take.
Answer the question.
Don't be lukewarm.
Come again?
Shoot from the hip, Sean. Give us your hot take.
Fire.
Well, I read the title here up here. Does God have smarts, or is he not really? And I tuned in as you were talking about feeding the world and our free will, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And of course it says believers request up to talk, which is what you're doing now. And there is a warning that host might do. I seem to have cut off the last word here. That probably wasn't very smart, but it could say...
It's japes, it's jokes, it's jocularity. Yes, this might happen.
Humor. Yeah, nothing wrong with humor.
Humor!
There you go.
I find delight in it. Sean, do you think God could feed the whole world so there were no starving people anymore?
Yeah, but what I was a little baffled about was I couldn't quite figure out what you meant with free will and how that equates into that question.
Well, that particular gentleman was saying that the reason Jesus Christ doesn't feed the starving is because it would somehow interfere with free will, and that God values free will over a full belly.
Okay, now I understand. I couldn't make any sense.
It's a silly idea. You're right to question. You're right to question it, my friend.
Well, I jumped in the middle of the conversation,
and now here we are, past the end of it, going backed up to the beginning, starting over again till we find our way to the begending, which will be a repeat version of the start.
If God were all loving, why doesn't he banish starvation? Okay.
What's the salvation was in the netherworld, never to be seen or heard from again. What a day that would be! What a glorious day, Kalu Kale, for me.
The celebrations would abound across the globe and cheer out into the universe. Thanks to God. Cheers to him. We believe in our hero.
so often.
No
It's
longer
so
would the
often.
rocks need to cry out, for there would be endless praise to this God from all men and women. Ah, what a day that would be.
Children as well, and even animals. Like everyone is fed. Not a rabbit is dined upon by a lion today.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. No doubt, everybody would definitely.
Cheers.
It's a pleasant thing to have something in your stomach. Yeah.
Well, I'll let you respond to that while I work on my my magical cube here.
Yeah. Okay.
A
Do you mind?
skeptical cube.
Can I come with a question to answer that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me put it to you this way: if you were, say, a king or a president of a nation, no? You
I would
personally
relinquish my duties to my friend Joel immediately.
Is it a starving nation, just so that we can understand what the analogy
question.
is?
It could be, not necessarily.
Malnutrition abounds in my nation, and it breaks my heart. If only I could use my wealth in order to give these people the sustenance they need. Oh, Lord, how can I bring them the food that they need? Okay, I'm in character.
That's kind of the idea, basically, right? You see, and that's where the situation kind of gets a little bit. How can I formulate this? For instance, what Jesus was actually talking about in his short time here on earth, the 3.5 years that he preached, he often mentioned the kingdom of God. Okay, and yet, but now
A place of terrors.
Is this still
So
the
wait.
analogy that you're doing?
I'm still talking about rulers, kings, and so
Okay,
forth.
so because I'm a king of a nation, and now we're talking about. Am I an all-powerful ruler?
Well, if you wish, just bear with me. That's actually somewhat irrelevant. But let's say you have millions of
Seems
citizens.
rather.
Can I say if I had millions of dollars, millions and piles of riches, why, I would hope that Robin Hood would come steal from the rich and give to the poor. What a day! I would leave my door unlocked.
Yes.
I would leave
I'd make
the
him
drawbridge
make him
down.
the security guard to the bank vault, right? And then
Brilliant. Yes, of course. Be a
pretend
little
to
bit more
sleep a bit.
proactive. Smart.
Yes.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah. So, Sean,
Well,
I think to answer the hypothetical, both of us would feed the kingdom with all food loaded in their bellies so that they could go about their day happy, pleased, and full.
I'm sure you would. You two gentlemen definitely would. That's why you're not kings. But the point is actually
Actually,
I
believe that's a
trying to make
genetic fault of ours. I don't think kings are made based off of how well they make decisions. They are usually self-proclaimed, or sometimes they come about just in hypotheticals. So if we're following the hypothetical, then we are kings. Are we out of the
but
hypothetical?
But Mezzo,
let me finish the question.
Well,
Could I
hold
please
on,
finish?
Sean. Just imagine for a moment if we could choose our king. Would we not choose the king that says, "I will feed you"? Why would it be the king that's going to leave us to starve?
Yeah, no doubt. And it makes sense to me.
I think
could I finish?
I probably would become the king then.
Now, so before Jesus was executed, Pilate, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the situation before he was put to death.
Yes.
Pilate, the Roman Emperor Pilate, or the Governor Pilate, asked him if he was a king. And Jesus said,
We'll find
no.
you as a procurator.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Be that as it may, he asked him a question, are you a king? As they are saying that you
And
are.
how did
And
he
said,
respond?
He said, my kingdom is no part of this world. And well, actually, he said, you yourself say it, but my kingdom is no part of this world. So,
I see. So the answer to the question is Jesus looks down from heaven at the starving earth and goes, "Not my business. Someone else should be feeding these healthy or these unhealthy starving children, whether they believe in me or not. Let them die," he says from up high on his throne of heaven.
On the contrary, let me continue, please. So he said that as he was here in the Sermon on the Mount, he said, in Matthew 6 verses 9 and 10, I believe, where he said, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name," and this and that. May your kingdom come. So again, talk of a kingdom. and the miracles that he had worked, and the so-called feeding 5,000 with a couple of loaves of bread and a few fish.
When I'm finished with this cube, I'm going to shut you up, so just hurry up.
Okay. The point being is that ask any king today or any ruler if he is willing to trade in his throne for God's kingdom. What do you think they would say? What would you say? Well, you already,
Yes.
3 minutes ago, you said, well, yeah, if that would feed all the starving people, I'm all for it.
And done. Very good. Look at that. We
Okay,
finished it down
now,
here. Now, Sean, I think that
reality-
your analogy here, and it's my turn to speak. When you've finished
go ahead.
your Rubik's Cube, you can speak again. But I think
Did it make
what I would
sense?
say is that your analogy fails in so many ways. It's not only disanalogous, even if we stretch it to match anything close to what God's situation is, then it becomes quite clear that, yes, I would feed everyone, as should God. God should feed the world. He should cure the diseases. And absolutely, he could leave free will in check, but it is everyone's will to eat. It is everyone's will to be full and not starved. So in order for free will to exist, he should feed them. Now, I know you don't care about free will, but just general goodness. Should we, if we can, feed people? And just as a human, if it's within our ability, ought we feed a hungry person who needs a bite to eat?
Could I answer that again with a question?
No, it must be an answer this time.
A yes or a no? Yeah, no doubt. We should feed everybody.
Correct. The answer is
Okay,
yes.
and-
We should
right, no
feed
doubt.
anyone if we can. That is a moral obligation, I think. In order to be good, we must follow that. Now, you cannot do it, and it would be not good to do that. So God is not doing it, and he's bad.
So, yeah, but there's a reason for that, and that's the point I was trying to make.
He hates
Reason-
us.
Very evil. He's a monster. He loves to see children starve to death with distended stomachs, malnourished in the dirt, in the gutters, not caring at all for his own creation. What a disgusting monster. And you get on your knees to worship him? Sean, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Let me please continue, if I may. Okay, thank you. And the point being, the Earth actually produces more than enough to feed double of what mankind, or what the Earth's population at the moment actually is. The Earth produces more than enough.
Then why are we morally obligated to feed each other then? You said if we could feed someone, we should. But if the earth produces enough food, then are we not relinquished of that obligation?
Have you ever seen how many crops and how much food gets destroyed to keep the prices up in Western society? If they shipped all of that to the starving nations, say third world countries, if you will, nobody would have to starve. The earth provides more than enough. It comes down to the kingdom and the kingdoms and the rulers again.
Why is the food growing only in some places and not others?
Well, that would be droughts, mismanagement.
Droughts are interesting. Who is responsible for the weather? And don't say the Illuminati, because we don't do that anymore.
It's not just the weather. You got tsunamis, you have tornadoes, you have wars.
Okay.
All
Let's say
all
then
these things- all these
tsunamis,
things-
tornadoes, all I think fall under weather. I'm not sure about war, although I did watch the first X-Men movie, and Storm was involved in a few battles. Perhaps that's what he's concluding here. But the weather
Earthquakes.
itself, the earthquakes, the tornadoes, the droughts. Who is behind all of this? Who is the madman causing all of this?
I would say these are natural phenomena that are happening in our time.
Well, you don't have natural in your view. You're a theist, aren't you?
I believe in one God, yes.
Yes. So who makes the weather? It's God, right?
The world, the way it is today, everything is out of balance.
His hands are out. His hands are clean of this. Again, like he's in heaven watching down saying, not my business.
It just doesn't make sense, Sean, because I remember reading the book, the tome, the one that you read called the Holy Bible.
The Bible.
And in it, God sent manna from heaven. God was the one that calmed the seas or kicked them up a little bit if he wanted Jonah to go get swallowed by a big fish. He parted the seas, for goodness sakes. I mean,
Let's read one of these.
There's no reason to go, oh, yeah, he doesn't do anything. He's not involved here. That is ludicrous.
I'll say it
Literally
again.
ludicrous.
Let us read one passage here, if I may. In Exodus chapter 16, verse 4. And I will read this in a commoner's voice in order to make sure that the masses can understand the word of the Lord.
Yeah. I'm not prepared for this. You probably read
the
this.
Lord said to Moses, I am going to rain bread from heaven to eat for you. And each day the people shall go out and gather enough for that day. And that way I will test them whether they'll follow my instructions or not. So as you can see here, the Lord God is raining bread from heaven. This is well within his capabilities. He could make a bread tornado. He could probably make a bread earthquake. Whatever that might be, maybe even a bread war.
Breather. Yeah. It's red weather, but for bread.
Bread weather, yellow leather. Bread weather, yellow leather.
Sisters and my brethren.
Are you familiar with Matthew chapter 24?
Let's read it.
Please.
Honestly, it's one of my favorite passages. Matthew 24. The whole chapter?
Hang on, I got a tablet here.
The fig tree.
From the
fig tree learn its lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts forth its leaves, you know that summer is near. Is that the part that
yeah, but you can skip to 7 if you like. He's talking about, it's a prophecy directed towards the future.
For nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All of this by the beginning of the birth pangs. I see. So he's saying, if you think it sucks now, and I'm not helping you now, just wait until later when I don't help you more, and it sucks more, and I choose to let you suffer longer. That's the part that we like about the all-good God. Now, come on, Sean.
Does that fit our day?
That fits every day.
Verse the famines, that's what you're talking about. Wars.
Name a period of time in Earth's history, in human history, when there were not famines and there were not wars.
Well, that of course there's always been conflicts and things throughout human history, no doubt.
1983 is the correct answer. There was a month there in spring, April. It actually just went for 3 weeks. There was 3 weeks there in the 1980s, and
few and far between.
Yes, and we got synthesizer and electronic music out of the deal. Some great musical acts, but cool. Not much in the forms of prophecy, of course.
Right, yeah. So all I'm saying is that this prophecy that Jesus mentioned here some 2,000 years ago is happening today. And if you go to in the same chapter,
it's been happening for 2,000 years without change.
And you go to verse 14.
Sean, I reject this. I'm not accepting this verse. This thing has been happening forever. And just because God said he was going to do something shitty does not excuse the fact that he did something shitty by letting us starve.
Well, again, the earth produces enough. It's mismanagement. It's the kings of the rulers, top management, the greedy commerce systems. Again and again, every year, crops are destroyed to keep the prices up. If
Sean,
a potato doesn't,
this is one thing that's a little bit frustrating, is that you don't have an imagination. You're seeing this struggling to grow food all over the world as oh, this is the way it has to be. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. He drops manna from heaven. He could make a system where our bellies are never empty. There's a million ways he could deal with this, It doesn't
Monopoly.
have to be capitalism.
Right.
Do you
Okay,
think
so
you
you're
can't figure it out?
You want supernatural food to be delivered from
He could have made a system
the drive-through
where,
window in the sky.
Sean, none of it is
Absolutely,
natural
yes.
or supernatural. He's made it all. So he could have made the system prior that never involved hunger and starvation and death. Why are you laughing like a silly child?
I've never actually heard this.
Because you don't have an imagination. You go
Sean,
to a church that kills your imagination.
He doesn't need to rain it down from heaven. He can make it manifest right inside of our belly, unbeknownst to us. He could feed children across to South Asia and the sub-Saharan Africa without anyone knowing he's real still. He could remain hidden and unknown, and people would just not feel the pangs of starvation.
Well, the thing is
he not clever enough to think of these things?
Look, we're creatures. There's a reason for all of this. A question was raised way back when.
First, I have to thank a friend here, G-Spot. What a delight to see you. It's been a while since I've seen G-Spots. It's good to see your name in the chat and on TikTok again. Big fan of yours, always have been, and thank you for the subscription. I respect you. I respect you. I respect you deeply, and I'm sorry that this intellectual conversation might be above yours and everyone else's in the chat's head. We're trying to really dumb it down as best we can here, I think, but the promiscuity of our imagination does escape the bounds of reality from time to time, does it not, Sean?
Yeah,
we are learned.
Many different directions. You've gone through many endeavors in your mind. I imagine you've got a huge, vast universe in there of all kinds of funny ideas.
Yes, dequisitively.
Yes, very inquisitive. Yeah, but okay, I tend to stick to reality. It's just something I'm kind of, I don't know.
That can't be true, Sean. You're a Christian.
Do you believe donkeys can talk, Sean? In reality.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the story.
The classic reality of an angel meeting a 14-year-old and imbuing her tummy with a baby. Brilliant realities, real stories. Nothing silly about that.
Those miracles, back then, Gabriel and, I don't know if she was 14, but I get your point.
Let me just read a few headlines to you, and you tell me if you think that it really happened or didn't happen. Talking snakes, did that really happen?
Well, that's the point I was trying to make.
It's a yes or no question. We're doing a bit of a game show here.
Well, the Bible says it was Satan acting as a ventriloquist, if you will.
Incorrect. That was from Harry Potter. Harry Potter uses parcel tongue to talk with snakes. The next question, talking donkeys, did that really happen?
It was again an angel.
Nope. That's Shrek's donkey, played by Edward Murphy. Edward Murphy, of course. What about giants? Do you think giants are real, or were?
Which fairy tale is this now?
The Bible. That's from the Nephilim. Yes, good answer. The Nephilim are the fairy tale from the Bible, the demigods of angels and human women from Genesis 6. Good. I also would have accepted the unnamed giant from Jack and the Beanstalk, made famous.
That's what I was thinking.
You should have said it. You would have gotten that one right. Absolutely. What about
Jack Black? No.
What about animation sorcery? Are you familiar with any animation sorcery ever happening? And of course, we're talking, Sean, in reality.
Animation sorcery?
Yes, bringing something that's inanimate to animated life.
In reality?
Mm-hmm. Can something that is inanimate start moving with magic or sorcery?
Are we talking about Saul or King Saul as he was?
The question is, did it happen in reality?
Which account are you referring to, actually?
Ever has some sorcery made something that is an inanimate object move or come alive in some way?
In your real world, Sean, in the real world you live in,
you purported to be part of the real
actual
world.
Life that you're part of.
Demons, you mean, somehow...
What were demons before they were animated? Were they pencils or little...
What do you mean by animated? I'm a little
Inanimate object becomes animated. Something...
I'll give you an example of an inanimate object might be like a pen. Something that's not alive. A rock. A stick.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Shrek again. Okay.
No, I'm not talking about Pixar animation. Animation just means it's moving and such.
I was a little confused there. Okay.
Let's do a stick.
They were angels before they had become demons.
Who were? Oh yeah, but they were animated already. In reality, has animation sorcery ever occurred?
Animation sorcery, and that something from the spirit realm has come into the physical universe.
It's like, do you know? Have you ever watched the movie Beauty and the Beast? And there's a candlestick that talks and dances and sings.
I've never seen the film, but I see what you're talking
now,
about.
Joel, I'm going to actually push back on you there. In that case, that was a gentleman who was turned into a candlestick that remained animated. What I'm talking about is more like in Cinderella, where there is a pumpkin that magically begins to bippity-boppity-boo, walk about to grow and turn into a carriage. Now, like a walking pumpkin. Has something like that ever happened in reality, Sean? Magic movement of things that can't move on their own?
I'm a little lost. Like in a Disney film?
Yes, but we're talking about, has it happened in real life? Has the thing that happens in Disney films happened in real life? Magic making things move.
Yes, I believe it has, yes.
Incorrect. It has not. That's just a fake thing that is made up. Of course, it does happen in the Bible as well as Cinderella. Moses throws a stick on the ground and it turns into a snake. Oh, Frosty the Snowman's a good example. That's a good example. Good guess, Frosty the Snowman. A frozen, literally, Iceman brought to life via a magic top hat and a corn cob.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, but we'll finish the game show after.
Please. Okay, just for a second. And for instance, way back in the day, they used to have these things in rooms. They were called radios, and they had like AM, FM modulators and dials on them, and you could hit it on switch, click, and sound came through a speaker, and you could hear some person talking or singing or music coming from nowhere, just coming out of this box.
Coming to you live now in 1932.
Exactly.
We're going to have a little bit of a magic time for everybody.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so...
This tune is called Humpty Dumpty. It's a favorite tune now that is played by Joel Ritzbebel.
Humpty Dumpty. It is the humpiest, dumpiest day, and Humpty Dumpty day. Humpty diddly lady day, Humpty Dumpty diddly doody day.
All right, Sean, the next question is about dark magic.
Right. The point I'm trying to make is that the radio waves that induce these, the frequencies that come through the air, we don't see them either, but we know they're there.
Indeed.
Right.
Yep.
So
I agree with you wholeheartedly. We can detect them.
Right. They make the speakers move through the circuitry and what have you. So
those, however, are not magic.
Well, the first time they came out, people thought they were.
Well, some people still think they are, but I think that they're on this panel, and I'm not talking about Joel, and I'm not talking about me. Now, dark magic is when a magic spell casts over the land, covering the sky, making it seem like it's nighttime. Has anyone ever used magic? Not just guessing during eclipse, but used actual magic to darken the sky?
We're talking about the plagues of Egypt.
Did that happen?
Well, 100%. No doubt.
Incorrect. This is actually from Merlin the Wizard. In the book Les Mortes d'Arthur, Merlin used a fog spell that casted a veil of darkness over a battlefield so he could help King Arthur win.
All right.
Do you want to
Merlin,
do you want to try one more? You're not doing too great here.
Gandalf, Lord of the Rings?
How about resurrection? Has anyone ever come back to life in reality?
There's 8 mentioned in the Bible. And the first with, I think it was Elijah, he resurrected someone. So, Elisha.
Yes, that's 2. Eliza and Elisha.
I'm not going to count them up.
Are they all real?
100%.
In reality. Let me just check here. I'm afraid that's incorrect as well. The source that we're talking about here is Lady Stoneheart, resurrected by a magic kiss. Lady Stoneheart, resurrected by a magic kiss in George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, which I believe is a long book that's I understand to be loosely based on the show Game of Thrones.
How about Snow White? What, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Wasn't that something similar with that apple? And
I was reading that earlier in my Grimm's fairy tale book.
Oh, is that a Grimm?
Yeah, that's a solid Grimm.
I didn't know that.
I don't know.
Did you say Sleeping Beauty?
Sleeping Beauty, that's what it was.
No, Snow White.
You said Snow White, but they both fall
Snow
asleep,
White is
right?
Grimm's.
I'm not sure. But Sleeping Beauty, definitely.
Yeah, but they're asleep.
I don't know.
Lady Stoneheart dies and comes back to life. Spoiler alert to you book readers out there. Anyway, Sean, it's been an absolute blast having this fantasy fest with you, finding out all the silly things that you believe in. I find them to be charming, although dangerous to the your intellect. Something that I would stray away from if I were you. But I will move on to a new guest here. Do you agree with that, Sean?
Can I get in one last word?
Let me check.
If it's okay with you.
They're saying no, sorry.
I find it fascinating to have no imagination and yet believe all sorts of fairy tales and fictions.
Wild.
It's this backwards sort of incomprehensible, untenable sort of confusion.
In a way, God could feed people. God could help feed people that wouldn't ruin the world and just give everyone food and have nice full bellies. I can't imagine something because my mind is full of griffins and monsters and talking animals and other magical things.
We're in the real world.
Yes, here in the real world, my mind is full of resurrection magic and multi-headed beasts and flying carpets. Maybe not a carpet, but a chariot. There's a flying chariot, right? Elijah goes up.
Yes, all sorts of magical nonsense indeed. People floating up into heaven. I mean, through the firmament. How would you get through the firmament? It doesn't make any sense.
It's a good question. Good question. Now, Winter, welcome in. Please share your age and religion with the whole class, if you will.
Hello, I am 25 and I'm a Christian.
You're a little bit quiet there, Winter, but maybe you can just get a little closer to your phone. Or what are you using? Do you have a Sennheiser? What kind of microphone are you working with there?
I'm on my phone.
Oh, just a regular, like a telephone?
Yeah, smartphone.
The theme of the night. I like that.
Smart.
An intellectual phone, perhaps.
Yeah.
Tickled myself. Pardon me.
Just do try to not be so phony.
Oh, I was already tickled, Joel, and you're spiraling me down now.
Well, even though we are smart, even though we use our minds, even though our intellect is towering, it doesn't mean we can't use it for the good of smiling and laughing and bringing joy and enjoyment to this world. Jocularity.
What else is
Something
there
I
to live for
embrace.
if not a laugh of a good friend, right? To hear that chuckle come out really just sparks your purpose, I believe. Now
The why
Winter,
that
what do you
warms my
think?
heart.
Does God really have smarts, or is he not really?
Yeah, I
Really
think God
didn't get that
is
title quite right. I read
intelligent.
it 8 times. I'm sorry about that.
I think God can be actually thought of as intelligence.
Interesting. So he doesn't have intelligence. He is intelligence.
Sure.
I wonder how this presents itself in some practical way that we could point to and say, oh, there's the smarts, there's the smarts, there.
I assume you'd have to point to us. You'd just point right over here and say, there's the smarts, therefore God. Is that kind of the analogy, the argument, if you will?
Yeah, pretty much. You can look at the creation and see that there is intelligence, and humans are one example of that. So yeah.
What else? And obviously not all humans, right? We have flat earthers in our midst. We have people who believe in wizardry, sorcery, tarot cards, Christianity, all kinds of gullible findings, mediums, etc. So not all necessarily intelligent, but it is possible to become intelligent. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about like a base level intelligence that everyone has, that I think all things have. I think it's observable in everything, whether it's life or non-life. I think intelligence is observable in like.
In which ways do rocks have intelligence, pray tell?
Yeah, so they're coherent. They're a coherent object.
What does intelligence mean to you? I don't understand it the way you're using it. It seems like you're using it incorrectly.
I'm saying...
Shall we look it up?
I'm not saying the rock is intelligent in the same way that a human is intelligent. I'm saying the rock displays the principle of intelligence that is evident in the universe. Do you see what I'm saying?
No. Let's look up the word intelligence and make sure we agree on a definition here. The first one I found is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Would you say that counts as intelligence? Or do you want me to go to the second definition? Or would you like to provide your own?
I'm using it in the most general sense, as in coherence, basically, the principle of coherence. The universe is coherent, therefore it is intelligent.
I don't think that you're using it the right way.
Real quick, so.
Yeah, I don't think that those are synonyms. Perhaps
that's fine.
I'm familiar with the way you're using it.
That's fine, but...
Well, I think we should agree on it, so let me use yours. Are rocks coherent?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just use the word coherent instead of intelligent then, right? That seems like a more fitting, like rocks seem to make sense.
Is a little bit too narrow for what I'm...
Mezzo, you know how I used to be a simpleton, so I can actually sometimes listen to the other simpletons and translate their silly, rudimentary language into our type of language. What this simpleton may have meant is intelligible.
Interesting. Is it possible that you meant it's intelligible?
Intelligible.
That might be more useful, actually, yeah.
Aha! Kalukale.
Joe, what would I do without you? I wonder sometimes. Like, who would help me through these trying times? Who would hold my hand whilst I pleasure myself masturbatorily? Who would send me jokes across the Discordia messages? You're a good friend and a helper. I appreciate you.
I wouldn't want it any other way. I'd want no one else to be there for you in that way indeed.
So we're saying that because things seem to make sense, therefore God made it make sense or something like that.
That's one way to look at it, yeah. So let me ask you, do you think the universe is intelligible, or do you think it's like a figment of human, like a human construct, basically?
I think the uniformity of nature allows for most things to be explainable. Not that everything is, but if given the opportunity, we could figure out most things. We could understand what rocks are made of and what it means to be a tree and so forth. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm speaking in like an ultimate sense. Like, I guess, do you think our minds are trustworthy? Do you think we can trust our minds?
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I mean,
So
when
you
I
have no basis on which to
meat,
base your own philosophy.
when
That's
I
what
talk
you're
to
saying.
meat sauce, I think, we can trust our minds, but I think on a larger sense, when I talk to you and Sean and other Christians, I go, we can't trust the human mind as far as we can
That's what I
throw
thought
it.
he meant. Yeah. The aforementioned flat earthers. If we're just using minds generally, like human minds altogether, can we trust them? I would say no. And even my own, I think, is untrustworthy from time to time. I've hallucinated before. I've seen things that weren't there. I've had other similar experiences depending on what's happening inside my bodily system. I've also, maybe if witnesses some sort of, let's say, a crime, we don't necessarily trust even the eyewitness because we know our minds are fallible. So we do our best to trust our mind, but it's
that's not
better
really
to
what I'm talking
trust,
about.
Winter, the data, and to use several minds to bounce ideas off of each other to find out what's really going on in reality. Yes, we verify, as Josh says down here. Thank you, Josh.
Right. Yeah. So a better kind of clarifying question would be: do you think we can know things about the universe?
Yeah.
We can because
That's pretty much what I was asking.
All right. Well, there you have it. We know things about the universe. Let's list some of the things that we know. I know that if you fry cranberries up and stew them like applesauce, they taste much more like prunes than rhubarbs do. Now you tell me what you know.
Yeah, I think we can know about the nature of the universe. And the nature
That's
of
a
the universe
very different claim than mine. How do you know that? How do you know the nature of the universe? What does that even mean?
How do I know what?
You said we can know the nature of the
explained it.
universe. What does that mean? What is it?
Yeah. Science.
What's the nature
Science
of the
is one
universe,
example.
Winter?
We can study things, we can understand them.
Tell us what the answer
me, it
is. What is the
suggests
nature of the
intelligence.
universe? Huh?
The nature of the universe is God.
And how did you come to know
The
that?
nature of the universe is God.
Wouldn't that be the supernature
method.
of the universe?
I feel like there must be a delay, Winter. You're answering
Sure.
questions at strange times
You
and
say that?
interrupting at strange times.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's cutting out. Let me try to readjust here. Hopefully that's better. I don't know why.
I want to thank. I got $6.66 for "Bar Me Blokes Bicker About Biblical Balderdash." Quite a sentence. What a beautiful sentence it is. With we'll call it alliteration in this case, since it was formed with bees, not the buzzing bees or crickets that you might hear in your backyard, but the letters, of course. Winter, you were saying what the nature of the universe is.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know if you heard me. I said the ultimate nature of the universe is God.
Yes. And how did you come to know that?
Through the scientific method.
Great. Let's see the data and results. What was the hypothesis, I guess? What was your starting point?
Yeah, so what I was saying in the beginning is you can observe intelligence in the universe, and an example or a metaphor that I can give is when you find a book, you assume that there's an author. And so that's what I'm doing when I look at the universe. I assume there's a creator, because it's an intelligent thing to assume.
So this isn't a hypothesis at all, just to be clear, but you're assuming that you can extrapolate that if books have authors, so do universes. My good friend, is the universe a book?
You can look at it as that.
Well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone say. You sure you don't want to try one more time?
Well, you would say that because you're an atheist.
I would say that if I think of a book, and even a large book, I would even think of a book as large as the Bible. It's one of the largest books I've ever read. I would say that there's still so many more stories and experiences and things going on in the universe. Why, if somebody were writing the book of the universe, I don't see how they could, to be fair. I don't see how it's even possible that there's an author of this story. It's far too complicated.
Indeed, yes. It seems like books are something that can be authored, but nature is not. What say you to this, Winter?
So, just so I'm understanding your position, do you think... So you're saying the universe is more... It's more incoherent than, say, a book?
No, it's more complicated. So we see, we have witnessed humans author books, but try as we might, no human has ever authored a tree or a volcano. So it seems like minds are limited to, I know, but that's why your analogy fails, right? You just look at, we made books, therefore God made universe. Books aren't universes and humans aren't a god. So neither point of your analogy makes very much sense at all. And it's also still not a hypothesis. So the scientific method was never used. I just want to point that out one more time.
Oh, that's your opinion. So let me ask you. So
if you use the scientific method, please tell us your hypothesis.
I already told you the logic of it, the philosophy of it.
What is the hypothesis?
It is that the hypothesis is the analogy.
So hypotheses are not analogies. That's just not what a hypothesis is.
It actually is, but I know you don't understand the scientific method.
Well, can you please detail the scientific method for me? Just like, what are the steps?
Yeah, the scientific method is observation and philosophy and logic.
Interesting.
It's the scientific method. The scientific method.
Hold on, let's bring it up and let's go step by step down here and let's make sure we get everything right. First was observation, right?
Quick, just give.
Yeah, I'm just opening here. Observation was first. Is that what you're saying?
Just finish my explanation.
Yeah, let me write it down as you say it, just to make sure I get it. Observation and then philosophy. What's next?
Those two alone can pretty much encapsulate it.
Can I try
that's a scientific method. Okay.
Can I try to do a scientific method here very quickly? And Winter, you can tell me if this is what you mean by the scientific method. Now,
are you going to let me finish my point?
You said that was all you needed was those two. So Joel's going to use those. Let's hear it.
You're very disrespectful. Just going to bully everyone who comes on here. No, you're actually just very disrespectful.
Winter, what we're trying to do is show you.
Yes, you are. You're not even letting me speak.
He's going to try it, Joel. He's going to try it, Winter. Let's try it.
I'm going to try to do the
Oh, yeah, if you
scientific
talk
method the
like
way
you know
you're
things,
describing,
everyone
my
will
dear.
think you're right.
My dear, calm down. I'm just trying to
You act
do the
like
scientific
this, and you
method.
think
Is
you're
this
winning.
okay? I think it's
You
okay
act
to
like this, and
try.
you think you're winning.
Somebody
wanna
needs
try
a bit
your
of a
It's
diaper
very
change, I
low
fear.
IQ, actually.
I fear I
Winter,
smell a
Very low
stinky.
IQ, actually.
Winter, we will listen to you. Just
Yep.
let's try your.
So saying I have a poopy diaper and you're saying you're not a bully. Okay, yeah.
Winter,
good logic
do you
there,
think
buddy.
that the
Typical
scientific
atheism.
method is observation in philosophy? Is that the whole thing?
I've been trying to finish my point the whole time, but
You
you're
said
actually
you
just
just
bullying
need those
me and
two.
talking over me. You
Is there
fucking
more
idiot.
steps to it?
You
You guys are actually low IQ. I feel
What's
bad
the
for you.
third
It's
step,
disgusting,
Winter?
actually.
Winter, you haven't lost the debate yet. Just relax and enjoy. Like, there's nothing to be upset about. You don't know what the scientific method
This
is.
isn't a
I'm just
debate,
going to
it's
do a
bullying.
joke based on that. Like,
It's
just
okay
relax.
to not know it. It's fine. We're gonna look. It says the host might do something here. I don't know what
It's
that
okay
says.
to let people
Perhaps
finish their
it's
point,
just-
buddy. It's okay to let people finish their point.
Winter, we would
I
love
can't.
to let you
I'll
finish
do
your
my
point
joke and
after
then you
you're
can
done
finish your
crashing out.
point.
So, Joel, do you want to wait to do your joke until after his point is done, or do you
Oh,
want to
I'm
do
the
it
one
now?
crashing out, but you guys are just talking over your guests.
You
the whole
are.
time.
You swore.
This is sociopathy. This is narcissism. It's disgusting, actually. This is typical atheism,
love-
actually.
All right,
People
let's
love
let
this word
Winter finish
sociopathy.
his
You
point.
gonna
And
let me
Winter,
finish my
you-
point, or
Alright,
you
go
just
ahead.
gonna?
yeah, and you
gonna let me
let
finish
us
my
know
point?
when your point is done. Okay, I'll take notes.
It would have taken literally 10 seconds, but we've wasted 3 minutes going back and forth over nothing.
Proceed.
Just you bullying me, but all right, I'll finish it. So 10 seconds here. So the scientific method is an analogy for thinking and coming to know things about the universe. That's it.
Okay, this is the scientific method that I'm going to apply to trying to meet somebody and have intercourse with them at a club.
Interesting.
I go in the club and there is a beautiful woman wiggling her bottom. Now, of course, the bee, if you'll remember, the bee, why, it will do a little dance in order to tell people where the pollen is, well, other
Yes.
bees, to show them where the pollen is, and so that they can go and get the pollen and bring it back to the hive. And this lass that is wiggling her butt, she's doing a dance to lead me to the honey, right inside her pants. So, Winter, is that the scientific method? Because I did an analogy.
You're talking so slow, I couldn't even listen to that garbage. So if you want to make like an actual argument, you can go ahead, but I wasn't listening to that.
Sure, I enjoyed it very much, Joel. I'll make an argument. Premise one: if you cannot restate the scientific method in any way, then you do not know it. Premise two: Winter, you did not even come close to reciting anything remotely near the scientific method. Conclusion: you don't know it, which is perfectly fine. I don't know it by heart either, but I wouldn't claim to and then say a whole bunch of bullshit followed by cricket noises and then cry and whine. Did you have something else you wanted to whine about? Or would you like to respond to your lack of knowledge
you
of
can
what the
actually
scientific
act like
method
adults.
is?
You can act like adults.
We don't do that.
Acting
You
like
realize that. You can
very
actually
smart,
apologize and have a
mature
conversation.
adults, Winter. We're acting like people who are learned from the hallowed halls of learning. Just because you're not used to highly intelligent people doesn't mean we're not adults.
Try a voice, Winter. Maybe it'll help you sound
Am I
smarter.
allowed to speak now?
Are you going to respond to
Am I allowed
what
to
I
speak
said
now?
at
You're
all?
gonna cut
You
me
know,
off?
if you keep on asking if you're allowed to
I am.
speak like a fucking child, then you'll never grow up and be a big boy.
Can I talk now, Daddy?
Well, this is how adults talk, actually. I know you don't have much experience with it, but
Am I allowed to talk now?
we take turns, okay? We learn
Winter,
this in
the
preschool,
scientific
okay?
method is indeed a very specific
Low IQ.
set of things, all right? And it does something. So to just say that you
It's
used
not a very specific
science,
set of things. It's a
Yes,
very
I'm-
general set of things.
okay, you ask a question, you do background research, you construct a hypothesis, you test with an experiment. Is the procedure working? Yes or no? There's a whole flow chart here to follow. You didn't use that, which is fine. You used philosophy, which is also useful. But just don't say that you used the scientific method when that's not what you used. That's all I'm saying. Let's use philosophy because that's what you're saying. All right?
Well,
Do you
guys
understand that
have
the
already
scientific
proved you don't
method is
understand
different
that
than
it's the
philosophy?
scientific method, so
I want to move on from it, but you keep saying you used it. Just say, oh, you're right. That's not the scientific method. I used something else.
Let me just ask a quick question. Just so we're on the same page, let me ask. Do you think philosophy is completely separate from scientific method?
No.
Okay.
Do you?
We agree.
Do you think that the scientific method is philosophy exactly?
It depends on how you define philosophy.
Well, I don't define it as the scientific method, but do you want to look up what philosophy means? Let's look it up, sure. Define philosophy. The study of the fundamental nature of knowledge, reality, and existence, especially when considered as an academic discipline.
Yeah,
Note that the word science doesn't show up.
Basically.
Sure, let's define science.
Was that the definition of science or philosophy?
Science is the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation, experimentation, and the testing of theories against the evidence obtained. There's very clear differences between these. It's okay, both are useful. Those are
actually very analogous definitions.
Then
so thank you
again, you're just being like intentionally stupid in order to make it seem like you didn't fuck up.
No, you're actually just stupid.
I'm reading definitions that say different words, Winter. You're going to have to listen back to this and hear yourself agree to dumb things.
Winter, I wonder if you even know what the word analogous means. Like, I feel the problem is that, like, the school of Jade Dyer has not put you in good stead in order to be able to have a cogent discussion with two mental giants.
That is, it's unfair to be honest. I do feel like a bit of an intellectual bully here, and I don't intend to. Look. Yeah, you know what?
You just proved me right in real time. You don't even see it.
Yes, the philosophy and science are the exact same thing, and we are cooked.
I'll let you talk to someone about 2 standard deviations less intelligent.
You're going to run now?
You can actually, just bully someone else.
What's a standard deviation?
I'm not going to run. It's just, if you want to have a conversation.
Know about this. What's a standard deviation?
Interesting.
It's 10 points in IQ.
What is it?
10 points of IQ.
That's one deviation is 10 points?
1 standard deviation, if I remember correctly.
You know, we had the guy with the highest IQ in the world on a couple of weeks ago here. What was his name? Yun Hoon Kim?
Oh, yes. He's a scammer.
Yes.
Everybody says you're wrong about the standard deviation. Interesting, Winter. You don't know anything.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't know what the standard deviation of IQ is. But I don't mind saying I don't know. Rather than claiming it wildly, making a fool of myself, just appearing again and again as an ass on the internet, I feel like...
Mezzo, the only way to maintain the Christianity cult is to lie to yourself and lie to everyone about things that you know. You have to pretend. You have to always pretend and lie.
Is that all you have, Winter? Do you have anything else to offer besides your imagination?
You don't have to talk like this, but you can if you're going to sound smart.
Yeah, so you've already conceded the point that I'm right about the definition of science, but let's
Nobody
move on
conceded that. Oh, did you concede that, Mezzo? Just to move on.
I'm just conceding it to move on. Like, obviously, I said different things. Science and philosophy are different, but it doesn't matter. Winter, let's let you have this one. You need a win, buddy. We're gonna give you everyone now on the internet here agrees that philosophy and science are the exact same thing. Therefore, share your philosophical method that you came to the realization that nature is God.
Okay, so do you believe in nature? Obviously,
yes.
I'm assuming you do.
Yes.
Okay. So how does nature come to be?
I don't know. That's what you're answering.
So you don't know. So you're an agnostic.
Well, I know it wasn't a God that's impossible, but I don't know what it means with how nature came to be.
You just said,
I know what it wasn't.
And you just said you do know.
You asked me what it was. Do you want to ask me what it wasn't?
Yeah.
I can tell you many things it wasn't. It wasn't a turtle.
When you say it wasn't one thing, you're implying that it was another thing.
There's more than two things.
Yourself.
Winter, there are more than two things.
Well, you already contradicted yourself. You not see
What's
that?
the contradiction?
You know what it wasn't? It wasn't a spinning diamond.
It could be a wet box.
Okay, so you do know.
Could be all kinds of things.
We're saying what it wasn't.
So you
Winter.
have some knowledge.
It wasn't
Winter, you tell
amounts
us.
of things.
What was it?
So you're actually...
Winter, you tell us the correct answer. We got it wrong. What's the correct answer? Where did nature come from?
Well, I just want to point out that you contradicted yourself.
Yeah,
already,
that's
which
why
is
we
typical.
failed. We got F pluses. Can we get L host in the chat, please? We don't know where nature came from, but Winter's going to give us the correct answer here.
All right, so
my good teacher,
already-
Winter, what's the correct answer?
I already showed you to be foolish on 2 points, so let's
Yep,
move on.
and so the correct answer
What is your moral
is...
framework?
The correct answer is...
What's the question?
Where does nature come from, you fucking boob?
Winter, we're trying to stay in character here. You can't be. This is fucking dumb. We're doing our dearly best here. You can't make me break character by
I know you
being
can't be
this
serious
this
because
this much of an
you think it would be
imbecile.
obvious.
Winter, if you can't answer your own question, then I fear we might need to move
already
on to
answered.
someone who can. Can you answer your own question?
I already answered.
What is the answer?
God.
And how did you come to this conclusion?
It's evident. And it makes
Yes, and the
sense
evidence
logically.
is...
The evidence is the logical necessity of an intelligent principle for an intelligent universe.
Sure, lay that out for us. What does that mean?
It means when you
And
look
again,
at the universe,
sorry, I think you mean
there is
intelligible.
intelligence.
Intelligible. I was
Yes,
going
yes,
to say,
yes,
yes. I got
correct.
it wrong
Sorry.
again. Yeah.
Slight
Brilliant.
correction. One more time.
Smart
Go
boy.
ahead.
When you look at life, when you look at coherent structures, when you look at the coherent structure of the universe, it implies a coherent principle of the universe. Coherent principle is amenable to an intelligent creator. So it makes sense.
So because
And
things make
There's,
sense,
there's obviously better arguments to be made, but
I
Obviously.
surely there is. Surely, yes, there must be.
There better be.
There has to be, or else there wouldn't be a Christian on earth if this was the best there was.
well, it's not easy to get better than your
Quite possibly one of the worst I've heard, if I'm being fairly honest. But I have heard.
Well, it doesn't.
just
It
a
doesn't
few.
really.
Oh, really?
It doesn't really have a through line or any sort of coherency, even though he says coherent 3 or 4 times in it.
I think that's the funniest part of it to me. It's like, because this argument is so incoherent, therefore the coherence means that there is a God that is intelligent because
Your argument
intelligence.
is self-contradictory.
I didn't make an argument,
There you go.
remember? We're doing yours. I'll gladly make
You
one
did.
later if you like.
See,
Let's just
this is
step through.
typically-
I want to
you
write
make
down.
an argument, and then you're too stupid to even realize that you made an
I am
argument.
too stupid, Winter. I don't understand what you said. I want to type it out and I want to analyze it. Is it okay if we explore
You
your
don't
argument a
understand what
bit?
you said.
Is it okay if we explore
You
your
don't
argument a
understand
bit
your own
here?
argument.
Winter, do you want us to understand what
Yeah,
you mean, or
let's
do
go
you want
ahead.
us to not understand what you mean?
Go ahead. You can explore.
Sure. Okay, so say it one more time. The coherence of something?
The intelligence that is observed in the universe.
Intelligibility.
Universe.
The intelligibility.
Sure. Intelligence and intelligibility is amenable to a creator god
Is immutable?
as an explanation.
Amenable.
Amenable.
Amenable to a...
Amenable.
Which word is it?
A-M-A-N-A-B-L.
Amenable?
Amenable.
How do you spell
Or
it?
amenable, yeah. A-M-E-N-A-B-L-E.
What does that mean?
It means it lends itself to.
Okay, the intelligibility that is observed in the universe, can we just say, lends itself to a creator God? Okay.
It sounds like it's reasserting the claim.
Okay, and then you're going to say how.
The most general way to state it.
And how does it lend itself to that?
Yeah, so that's like the most overarching, and obviously we can go down
We'll call
the
that
ladder
P1.
and look at the examples. Sure. So we can look at life. We can look at the intelligence of life, even if we ignore human intelligence, which is evident of God's nature. We can even look at like the simplest forms of life. We can look at like worms, we can look at amoebas, we can look at these things, and there's an intelligence which we don't understand scientifically, which
The complexity of the biology, that kind of stuff, is that what you're talking about? Like it's so complex, that adds to the coherence in a way?
No,
or
I'm talking about an intelligent principle that is observed.
What's the intelligent principle of worms?
Like worms know how to dig into the ground.
Is that what you mean?
Right, so, biologists are studying the simplest forms of life, like the simplest multi-celled organisms, like a worm. They're studying them, and they still don't understand how they function, basically. So
they're unintelligible.
there seems to be... No, the intelligible explanation is an intelligent principle which explains the principle of intelligence, which is observed.
Maybe you don't mean intelligible. Maybe we corrected the wrong thing here. Intelligible means that it's like we can figure it out. We can comprehend it. If we can't comprehend it, then I don't think intelligible is the right word for it. Maybe you mean it is intelligent.
No, I'm saying we can comprehend it, and the explanation is an intelligent principle which you can think of as a creator God.
So
you're saying we're looking at the worms and we don't know what's going on.
The reason we can comprehend it is by restating your conclusion?
Let me clarify. The people that are not able to provide an explanation are looking at it from a materialistic perspective. So that shows that the materialistic perspective, where you say, oh, intelligence is just a manifestation or a consequence of material, that explanation is not holding up to scrutiny.
So you're saying these scientists, biologists, dumb fucks that can't figure out worms are being lazy materialists, but since they can't figure out worms, it means that whatever you guess is the correct answer. This doesn't seem to follow to me. Joel, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, is there a study that says worms, very confusing, we haven't figured it out?
Let's look at that.
I just don't know who these confused people are.
I'll look up, are worms intelligible?
I mean, I do recommend looking into the research. It's pretty interesting.
Research on worms?
Biology in general.
There's just tons of papers about us figuring out how worms work biologically. Just millions of papers about worms and how we come to understand them. What is it about worms that you don't think we know? What's the missing thread in the fabric of worms that we just can't seem to grasp?
From a materialistic perspective, the missing link is a underlying principle of intelligence, which is fundamental to the universe, which is God, basically.
So the one thing in worms that we can't seem to find is God, therefore God exists. Interesting. I understand it now.
It's almost like you're creating a need that isn't necessary in order to fill that need with something else that's unnecessary. Winter, you're a genius. You've just made something unnecessary seem necessary by just saying things.
I've also noticed through my research that worms don't have me getting blowjobs, which is obviously something that they should have. So in order to fill that need, I suppose, Winter, it'll have to be up to you to fill the need. Oh, my cat's busy. Yes, my computer restarted during this, so what's my password again, Joel?
It is...
You should ask your cat. It probably has worms.
Bina.
It is I've got worms 69.
I 69 with worms. Exclamation point. That's good.
Classic.
All right, Winter, I think we should move on to our next guest. I understand your point quite thoroughly now, and I'm quite tickled by it, if I'm going to be honest.
Obviously
Winter,
not.
can you do us a favor? And it's not for us, it's for the next live that you go into and the next one. Can you... It's okay to be dumb. It's okay to not have arguments. It's okay to not know what the fuck you're talking about, but try not to be so goddamn tedious. Next time when you go into a live, just do your best not to be so
I'm being tedious
goddamn
while you guys
tedious.
have this entire arrogant, persona. But
It's
I'm the
fun.
tedious one.
It's funny. We're having a blast
You're
with it.
projecting,
Everyone
buddy.
loves it.
You're
You're the
projecting.
one that's crying and being tedious and annoying and not having anything to offer. Please,
Your
next
entire
time.
persona is tedious and annoying. That's literally your entire persona. You
Well,
guys are
that's
so
what we
fucking
just said about
crazy.
you. You can't copy Joel and then think
Yeah,
you're
you
not
guys are
being the
dumb.
copycat. Dumb's a good insult. That's a better insult. And he's left.
He really got us at the end there.
How dare he call such intelligent people dumb? We're pseudo intellectuals here. We know everything that we're talking about.
No, we're actual intellectuals.
What does
pseudo
pseudo?
means
What does
not
pseudo
actual.
mean?
It's like fox.
Oh, I thought it meant like super. We're
Hello?
super intellectual.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Hello,
that's
you
okay. So we are
fuckers.
pseudo.
Can you hear me? Why you gotta be so arrogant, getting me fucking nigga?
Whoa.
Well, Yvette, we're just having a conversation.
Let's not do that.
You can join us in. It's okay. He's going to be okay. Yvette, how old are you? Come off mute and let's talk about it.
Why?
How do I say your name? Is it Av6?
Don't even worry about it, bro. I'll give you a name right now. Just call me Izzy.
Izzy. All right. Izzy, how old are you? What's your religion?
I'm 18.
Oh, welcome
I'm
in.
Christian.
Welcome in. We're glad to have you here. You are off of the Wi-Fi a bit, so there's a little bit of a delay.
All right, hold up. Who's gonna speak first? You or me?
I'll speak first as I'm the host. There is a little bit of
my
a
bad.
delay, but I will try to hear you best I can. Let's just wait in between
my bad.
sentences. Yeah, it's okay. So,
Yeah,
look,
I'll
we're
keep you
talking
with
about God being omniscient. Do you think God knows everything?
Yeah, he does. I'll say he does.
Very good.
I mean, I don't know God, obviously, but I would say as the creator of everything, he is.
Yep. Do you think he knows how to stop holocausts from happening?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting. Why do you think he wouldn't go ahead and do that then?
Because we're dirty sinners. That's why we do it. We give it to ourselves, right? Like it's like karma, right? Karma will come bite you in the ass, right? Because okay, I'll be honest. I'm a sinner. I'll say you're a sinner. We're all sinners. To be human is to sin.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because we're sinners, do you think that we deserve Holocaust, though?
I mean, it's not like God is doing it to us. Like, literally, Earth is just being separate from God. That's what heaven is, to be with God. Hell is to be separated from God. All right. Yeah, I'm the angriest Christian. All right. I'm fucking angry as fuck. I'm tired of seeing all these fucking weirdos being like fucking weird. All right. Like,
There's nothing
there's
weird
different
happening
ways
here, I assure you.
what?
I've 60. Why don't you take a time to
We're
cool
calling
down
him Izzy.
Oh, sorry, Izzy. Izzy, I've got a great idea. Why don't you take a moment, because the chat will love this, just to calm down and let us know your favorite parts of the Bible. Maybe what Jesus taught, or some sort of great passage and verse.
Bro,
just
forgiveness. That's like he taught us forgiveness. He wants to teach us forgiveness. He wasn't he tried his Jesus wasn't a sinner like we were. That's why when he died on a cross, like if I died on a cross, it would not be the same because I'm a fucking sinner. I'm bad. Like I try to be good, but there's bad in me. There's bad in all of us. Just like I could go out and kill someone, I'm able to do it, but I don't want to do it because I want to be good, right? You're able to kill someone. We're all able to kill someone. Everyone's capable of it, but we don't. Why? There's people that do it, and they separate themselves by God by doing that because you're sinning. You're not supposed to do that. Like we're not supposed to be killing and all this shit. We're not respectfully. You're not supposed to be gay, right? Like it's. Being transgender, God, you weren't born that way. You're inverting God's image because every single one of us is made in the image of God. Like, I'm not saying every single one of us is God, but God wants to, we're all part of God, basically. we're all kind of one soul. We're one collective. We're all a human race. You know, sometimes we treat each other like animals just because we look different, which is like, it's straight up fucked up. Bro, I'm not being homophobic, nigga. I be fucking man, bro. Like, fuck, y'all niggas stupid as fuck. I've been with a man.
No one here called you that. No one here called you that. I mean, I would agree.
They were saying I was being homophobic. I don't want to, like, I can say...
in the chat?
Yeah. All right, my fault. I won't even pay attention. I'll pay attention to y'all. But the point,
sure. I would probably say the same thing. I think the things that you were saying could be very hurtful to people that are in the L community, the G community, the B community, and the T community.
These words might hurt.
And the plus community.
Bro, like, I love them, but also fuck them. Like, look, you got to be able to say...
Well, I think that's what they're hoping for. But more importantly, ism is like, if forgiveness is the single most important lesson we learned from God, is he infinitely forgiving?
Yes, he literally... Dude, he was innocent, and we still crucified him, and he still...
Amen.
You know what he said? He said, please forgive these people.
Forgive them, yes.
Exactly.
Now let me ask you this, Ism. Do you think that after we die, while I am burning in hell along all of my gay friends, will I be able to be forgiven at that point?
Okay, yes, if you ask for forgiveness. Look, he's still...
From hell we can go to heaven?
Nigga, are you gonna let me fucking...
My name's Mezzo. This is Joel.
All right, Lucifer, like, he didn't, you know, God made him too. He didn't just pop out of fucking nowhere to be his op, to be against him. He was the angel of music, remember?
Angel of music? Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
He was the angel of music or the angel of light, depends on who you ask.
No, well, he's not the angel of light. He's trying to bring a false light into
Did
us.
he invent music? Is that it's like they were in
I don't
heaven and
know.
he made up punk rock and
I don't know.
God was Mormon, so he was like, no music is allowed in heaven.
No, music's allowed, dude. But obviously, like, we inverted music. All right, for example, I'm gonna use rap. We love talking about hoes.
Would you like a beat?
Hell yeah, dude. All right. Anyways, we love hoes, right? We love the money. We love all the we love singing. We love smoking. We love drinking. But all this stuff separates us from God. Like, okay, I keep smoking weed, right? I'm gonna get addicted to this physical stuff. It's not good for my physical body, and it's not gonna be good for my spiritual body.
Interesting. Well wrapped, but
when I die, I'm not gonna have the weed up in heaven. So I'm gonna be like,
this is irrelevant to my question, I'm afraid. I just want to
it's not. I'm
bring us back
how
to what was my question?
Separated us from God.
What was the question that you're answering?
The angel, bro. You're fucking. I'm trying to explain to you everything, but it's hard to explain when.
Yeah, but I only have one question, and you're not answering that question. The question is:
the devil was the.
Forget the devil. Forget the music.
He didn't.
I'm talking about me.
What about you?
When I'm in hell, after I die and go to hell, will I at that moment be able to ask for forgiveness and enter heaven, or am I stuck in hell forever?
I wouldn't know because I've never been to hell, but I would assume you would be able to because we belong to God.
You don't know? You've never read the Bible?
Never been to hell.
Do you think the Bible is true?
Yeah. Okay.
It says eternity.
Not every single Bible is true. Like the Mormons, I think the Mormons are stupid as fuck. They're saying
the Christian Bible.
Yes, the Christian Bible, yes.
Yeah, it says forever.
Yeah, okay. But look, think about it. Satan wasn't fucking like, he was against God, but he wasn't always against God, right? He was with God at one point. Then he took a third of the angels with him when he came down here with us. And that's why it's like, that's why everything. Like,
I'm worried that you're not prepared for this conversation intellectually.
I don't care about just telling. Bro,
are you able to maybe say like one coherent sentence or offer something that is like related to the conversation?
What do you mean? I'm talking about God. I'm literally talking everything I know about God, and you're just like blah 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 blah.
You're just ranting though. This is a it sounds like an inebriated. Are you intoxicated at this moment in any way?
I wish I was, you fucking dumbass. I don't want to be talking. All right, respectfully.
If you don't want to talk to me, please feel free to step down because I don't think I want to talk to either. Joel, do you want to talk to this fellow?
I'm not really interested in continuing a conversation with him. He rambles on and he doesn't make a coherent thought.
Hold on, my friend is talking.
right?
He won't listen to your question.
Look,
You're not being respectful.
Respectfully. Here,
You're
let's
not
try
being
this.
respectful if you talk over people, Izzy. It's just that simple. Stop being an idiot and listen to what Mezzo's saying. He's got some questions, and they're good questions that we can learn something if we just focus up and pay attention. Now, if you can unmute, go for it, but just take
I'm
your
fine
time.
also if he doesn't want to unmute at this point. I feel like there's going to be no resuscitation to this conversation, as
All
it
right,
were.
what's the question?
Okay, is God infinitely forgiving?
Yes,
Then
He loves
why
seeing
is
his people.
anybody in hell?
because they choose to be in hell, basically.
No
Like, if I
one would
keep
choose
saying-
torture. That's idiotic.
Bro, what?
If hell is screaming and gnashing of teeth eternally, eternal conscious torment, not one person is down there going, no, I'd rather do this than go to eternal
Okay,
bliss.
obviously no one's like, oh, I want to go to hell, but you're sinning. You're like, I rather sin than try to do what's right. Because look, we all have karma.
They're sinning
Karma's
in
gonna come
hell?
again. Nigga, you're sinning here on earth. and then when
Again,
you die,
my
you
name
go to
is
hell.
Joel,
But
and
is
I'm
it- is
Mezzo.
it- When we go down to hell and we're suffering, then we pray and we say, "Dear Jesus, please come into my life. I don't want to be in hell anymore."
I
And he
mean,
brings us
you're
up to
right.
heaven.
It's
You're
not
saying
really going to
he
work like
forgives-
that. 'cause
Don't
it's
talk over
separated
me.
from God.
Don't talk over
How
me.
is it just going to help anybody? God is going to help the person.
Izzy,
that
Izzy, I think the question is he able to have a conversation or not? And I think the answer is not.
Well, I'm
I
trying
think
to give you
we're
the
gonna
answer.
move on, Izzy.
Stop
We have
talking
other
over me.
people. If there was no one else in the guest box, we'd have some fun with you.
Bro, y'all are just fucking stupid and don't want to hear the truth. Y'all can stay.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll give
I'll
you a chance to tell us the truth. What is it that you want to share with us?
I think that science is another religion because it's a belief system. Just like there's
Okay.
scientists, there's pastors, right? Then there's just another belief system because you don't know everything about scientists, right? Personally, right? Because it's all
Well, hold on.
it should be all personal.
Izzy,
Like-
you speak very quickly, and it's hard for me to keep up.
Okay, okay. I'll
what I'm
speak
going to
slowly.
do is I'm going to
Science is
I have a
another-
hold on.
Okay,
I have a
okay.
whiteboard here. I'm going to kind of draw this as we go, and that way we can look back at the image that you produce, and we can learn from it. Okay.
Okay.
So first, we're talking about science. May I use a test tube to illustrate science?
Yeah, do whatever you want. Literally, like it could be whatever.
A scientific test tube and all. Put
Yep.
some,
Is it
Some
a
water.
test tube or a beaker?
maybe
I don't
it's
know.
a
It's like a
beaker.
bong or some shit. All right, what's the point?
Now it's your turn. So science is what?
All right, science is just another belief system, right? Because
Okay.
oh yeah, like we believe. All right, it's basically science is kind of saying we don't believe in God. Like everything has a reason, everything has a rhyme. Like there's up and down. Like science
There
is like
up
reason.
and down, but that's not what science actually isn't saying there is no God. Science is just saying how things are.
No, but people use science to say there is no God. That's my point.
Okay. So
Right.
let's add God here.
Sometimes people use science to not comment on God whatsoever.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the people that are using science against religion, that's what we're talking about. Are we not talking about religion?
I know how to do this. I know how to.
Are
'cause
we not talking about religion?
We're
Are we not
talking
talking about
about the truth-ism. We're talking about the truth.
Look,
And so there's two
write this down.
ways.
There's so many
I got
things.
you.
There's so many ways you can think of it.
Science, that's an S. And God, this has to go the other way. My apologies.
look,
I'm going in
There
reverse.
isn't like there's different ways we can see God. Some people see God as the enemy, right?
All right, focus up for a second. We've got two options for truth. We've got science, and we have, which is on the right,
How
and
are
we
there
have God,
dude,
which
there's
is
so many
wrong.
more people. Like people have so many. Some people believe. Like some people worship Satan. They read the satanic book.
That's included in
people-
science, I think. But the point of these methods is to figure out what? The truth?
Yes, like to figure
right,
out what is.
let's
your
put the truth up
Everyone
here.
has their own philosophy. Everyone has their own truth.
But there is some objective truth. Now, some people use science to get us to the truth, right?
Yeah, like some people they just use science to learn the truth, right?
Yeah,
To learn
that's
what's around
amazing. You can learn truth through science.
What about you, though? How are you going to get to the truth?
I mean, I just use like all right. I use like everyone's belief system. I use like science. I use
You do use science. Okay, so that gets you to some truths.
I use everything. I use all religions, even the fucking bad ones, right?
You use
Like,
God to get there?
yeah, like I pray to him. I pray to God that he like helps me find the way. Like I pray for him. Like I pray to him that he gives me like the answers. But obviously, like I'm still a sinner, so it's not like okay. For example, bro,
So
that looks like a
sometimes you maybe are achieving this, but sometimes it comes back down or
yeah. Okay, like
back to earth, as it were. Like there's some this way and some that way and some back and forth kind of stuff.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's, like every way is gonna lead back to God because God is the truth, bro. That looks like a dig. I'm sorry, respectfully.
We've got a dancing bear here. Hold on a second.
Hey, that's fun.
My bad.
Did you do that, Ism? Did you send me a bear? I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I wish I did though. That would have been funny.
You can do it if you like. So, what are you saying? This is your dream scenario. This is what you're looking for is a way to get from both science and God that gets you to the ultimate truth.
Kind of
like
really
you can
simplified it, but
achieve this.
There's a lot more ways you can use it. Like
When you get to an ultimate truth, do you feel any sense of euphoria?
yes, I do. When I find something like actually, like literally, I felt it a while ago and it felt amazing.
Oh yeah,
Like not like there was not even bro.
like bursting out almost of your head there, a moment of joy.
Yeah, bro, that looks like a dick, bro. My bad.
When you're thinking about these things, are you so excited when things come to fruition in your mind?
I love when like I get like a revelation and I like it makes me actually feel good.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll like
that's why
I'll do this sometimes. I'll look down almost at what I just learned and be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, basically, like damn.
And you just
Like,
you
wow,
just
our
want to
reality
feel
is
that
actually
that
our
sense of
reality.
euphoria dripping down your chest, don't you?
Yeah, like our fucking reality is way more fucking interesting than any fucking fantasy that's ever existed. Like literally, fucking get a tarot reading or something. Get anything for you. Like stop thinking about the physical and start thinking about the spiritual.
Would you do a tarot reading for me?
Nah, I'm not good at them. Like respectfully, I'm like you need to find someone that actually.
What
like,
are you good at, Isms?
Bro, I'm still in high school. I'm literally still in high school. I'm still studying. Like,
But we shouldn't be talking to you. You're a disgusting little child. You shouldn't be up here. You're not allowed
bro,
to be
I'm
up
18,
here.
chill. I'm
I don't
18,
care. We
like-
don't talk to children here. Should have.
And even if
known.
you were 30, you're a child in your stupid brain.
He'll come around. I say give him another week or two of Christianity and tarot card readings, and he'll be a full-blown atheist. Jared.
Or dead.
Jared, welcome in. What's your age and religion? Jared seems to be an accidental...
Hello.
Jared, are you awake?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, Jewish by birth.
I fear you're hiding from your wife or something right now, trying to whisper under the covers as to not be caught speaking to an atheist. Am I correct?
Oh no. Just being really quiet because it's bedtime.
For who?
Me. But
Well, then off to bed with you, Jared.
no, it's
We don't want to keep you up. Some of us need our beauty sleep.
Let's
I don't
do a
need
little
anything.
favor for him here. Maybe we can do something like
Go to sleep, little
No, I would really like to talk about
and good night. Go to sleep, little guy.
I don't know it that well, but for everyone who just fell asleep, I wish you dreams of me and Joel side by side in bed with you, and then to clean up in the morning. Jared, if you'll have to speak up a little bit for us to have this conversation, otherwise I fear no one will be able to hear you.
Sure, I'm here. Yeah. Would love to talk about religion.
Sure. Do you think God has smarts, or is he not to have it really?
I don't think God is necessarily a he.
Interesting. A she? Or something in between?
I don't. I think it's probably non-binary.
Oh, I agree with you. I don't think God has any gender.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it would be crazy for us to think that a God would be a he or a she.
Well, gender's a human construct, right? Dogs and weasels and snakes don't use it in the same way. We would refer to them as males or females. So the question is God a male or female, or is he not non-biological?
Definitely, probably non-biological for sure, because I don't understand everything. I'm at a loss a lot of the time.
Okay. Well, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Well, I'm really interested in the atheist kind of view.
Sense of humor, handsomeness, rock and roll lifestyle, sexual conquests. What is it that you like about our lifestyle here?
Well, I just kind of like to understand your belief.
Friendship?
Yeah, friendship and love is first on my platter
We have that.
every day. I'm
We're star-crossed buddies. Our
Joel,
whole
how
thing is
much friendship do we have, Joel?
I don't know if it can be calculated. I mean, how many stars are there in the sky? More than our friendship, but it's a lot.
I'd say more than the cast of Friends had it.
Let me look at my abacus and get back to you, but it's going to be an astronomical number.
Do a quick Bayesian analysis on our friendship,
Of
if
the
you would,
abacus?
mind you, please, off of the on the abacus there. Be
I'll
curious
do a
to see what the
Bayesian
numbers
and
come out
abacus.
as. Yes, a Bayesian abacus analysis. Very curious to see. I have a premonition we might be near the top there. Jared, would you like to comment on something or ask more specific a question about atheism?
for sure. Yeah, I'm a registered nurse.
Glad that ended in nurse and not sex offender.
Yeah,
Wasn't sure where that one was going.
yeah, I'm a registered nurse. And I actually help people at the end of their life. I do hospice.
Interesting.
I'm just really interested in where do you think we go? Because I have no clue right now, but I see a lot of people go into a peaceful place.
Indeed. Jared, it's a common feeling among those who watch a fellow human pass on. And you see light in their eyes one moment, and then the next it seems to be gone. There doesn't seem to be any place for their consciousness to go. Whatever it is that is experiencing things in their mind and that is the core of their identity seems to turn off. And as disheartening as that is, and as it can lead to some wishful thinking, we have no reason to believe that there is a place for these minds to go and continue on.
Well, I just I've taken a lot of science courses, and I do believe that energy is not lost. I think there is something after us. I just don't know what it is.
Well, unfortunately, energy transfers in a way that changes drastically. When we use up calories, we burn them, and they exist in a different way that they're unrecognizable. Right? So to assume that the energy in our mind will continue on in any recognizable fashion, I fear would be you've been misled if you've been led to believe that. It seems that whatever energy it is that helps swirl our imagination around and peter our thoughts in and out of existence, that energy will transition into an unrecognizable thing. It will feed off into the soil and feed a plant, perhaps, or a worm that we can't understand, something along those lines. So, yes, it's hard to think of life ending. It's a difficult process to go through, but and just so you know, Jared, I've seen it happen myself too. I've not done hospice, but I've been present for the last moments of people before who